Hi guys, Christina here. So today I wanted to share how you can use values and beliefs in your brand to stand out to your ideal client even when they're oversaturated. Let's go. Let's talk about values and beliefs for a second. Why do we have them? Even as an individual, why do we have values and beliefs? I think the real question here is, if we didn't have values and beliefs, what would our world look like? We all believe in something. We all value something. And that's what makes us different than, say, my next door neighbor or my friend. But what makes us connect is sharing the same beliefs and sharing the same values. So as we develop from child to adult, we develop values and beliefs that we as an individual adapt to that, and that becomes a part of us. And if we really didn't have those values and beliefs, I don't know how we would be like humans. I feel that we would be very boring, but I think at the same time, we wouldn't have a purpose, I feel, when we don't clarify what we value and what we believe in, because that does link to our purpose, right? And this is why I really encourage that you guys go to the blueprint of your brand again. If you guys defined one, you have to make a plan for your brand. And in that plan, you have to define your beliefs and your values, because that's the core of your brand. It's not really much the mission. It connects to it, but you need to have those core values in order for everything else to work, right? And that's just, it goes just as being human itself, right? If I don't have values or beliefs, then why am I here, right? Why am I a graphic designer? Why am I working for mental health professionals? There's got to be a belief there, right? And for me, it's, I believe that everybody can have a positive, healthy mindset and live in a healthy world, right? Or, a more positive world. There's so many aspects why beliefs and values do matter, but those are good points that come to my headspace right now, that if you don't have these things in place, there's no purpose. So you need to define these things to have a connection, to have a community, to have a culture within the brand. So this is why when I'm developing any kind of a brand for a customer, I always go to the very beginning. I don't do design until we go through brand strategy, which is planning. We're planning out your brand. We're building the blueprint. We're building the foundation that this brand is going to stand on, because you need something to stand for. You need a purpose. And after that, you need a mission and where you're going to position yourself in the world. So this is important to get clear on these items, because that's how you're going to attract the right people and how you're going to set yourself apart in this oversaturated market. And all you need is 3 values, core values. That's really it to connect with people, because you have to establish emotional connection in order for people to stay and for people to believe in your brand. If there's nothing there, nobody's going to believe in you. And you have to ensure that you have a solid foundation in place that people will come to. And having these values in place, they create the type of culture that you want to create for your people. So, if your culture is more comforting and relaxing, then probably your core values are going to be about empathy, maybe authenticity, you value peace or mindfulness. So you create this environment that really plays on those three values. So empathy, you're going to create an environment that is very open, and you as a person are going to be very understanding and very receptive to what this individual is going to share, right? And even all of the furniture or colors that you bring into the space, they have to reflect those values. Because remember, we're trying to create a culture here, an environment that this person's going to, feel comfortable in. And anything in terms of authenticity, well, maybe you bring in some of your interesting, quirky items that maybe this person would resonate with, right? Something that's going to make them feel comfortable in the space. So this is why we really want to hone in on values and beliefs, because they do create a different culture. And that's really what matters here. And sometimes people skip that. People are afraid to share their values, but you need to open up and really share, because if you want to work with people that you're going to enjoy, you have to open up. You have to be receptive. You can't be reserved, because if you're too reserved, the person that wants to engage with you might not be able to resonate with you because you're refraining so much. So you have to be transparent. And this is why having those beliefs and values set will really establish the trust. So there is no refraining and there is no hiding anything. You are honest and transparent. And that's part of maybe what you value, right? So if you're valuing more of honesty and transparency, then what will your environment look like? That's a great question to ask yourself. So you have to really understand your person that you want to help, but also understanding yourself, what your values are, and what values do you want to stand for. And then you communicate that through the brand and building that out into the marketing, into your website, into your environment, into the space that you create, into the online communities that you create. This is why when we go through the design process, this is why I start with planning, because when we establish your core values and I learn to understand what you believe in and what you value, it's going to be so easy when it comes to visuals and messaging. How do we want to communicate that through visuals, messaging, videos, content, all those things, websites, those all play a part in how we bring everything forward, because the visuals are going to reflect your values, only at surface level though. So this helps to engage the person to come into the brand, establish some kind of a relationship with the brand, get deeper and learn more about the brand until they learn more about the values that they bring. And that's kind of like getting to know a person, right? You're getting to know a person, you're approaching them, you start, with maybe small talk, you get engaged, you're interested to learn more about them, right? Then you keep hanging out with them, you keep spending time with them. And when you do that, you start to open up more to this individual. And it's the same thing with branding. It's just branding, you're talking to a bigger person that is run by multiple people. That's really it. But all these people would share the same values and beliefs and speak the same message. That's why having values and beliefs are so key. And when you're trying to market out to your people, don't worry about the oversaturation part, because your values and beliefs are going to set you apart from those around you. Because let's just say Johnny, values honesty and transparency. Is there any therapist out there that would accept somebody who wants honesty and transparency? And this is where you as a therapist would communicate that in your content, in your website, saying, yes, I believe in honesty, I believe in transparency and being real. Those are good reasons to bring forth your values and beliefs. So that's pretty much it for today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in for today's video, and I hope that you learned something from it. And feel free to comment down below with basically your values. Name maybe 3 values that are your core values. I would love to hear them, so please share them in the comments whenever you get the chance. I would love to learn more about what you guys value and believe in. And maybe we connect on the same wavelength. Who knows? So thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day. Keep smiling. Bye.